The so-called semantic modeling method nowadays is commonly used in database structure design. Semantic modeling is modeling data structures based on the meaning of these data. Different variants of the entity relationship diagrams are used as a tool for the semantic modeling. ER model-based diagrams have three main components: an entity, a relation, and attributes. An entity is a class of similar objects, information about which should be taken into account in the model. Each entity must have a name, expressed by a noun in the singular. Examples of entities can be such classes of objects as supplier, employee, or invoice. Each entity in the model is depicted in the form of a rectangle with the name. While determining the type of entity, it is necessary to be sure that each instance of an entity may be indistinguishable from any other instance of the same entity. Relation is presented in the form of a non-directional line connecting two entities or leading from the entity to itself. In the place of docking, an entity uses three-point entry to the entity rectangle, if many instances of the entity may be used for this relation. Single-point entry if relation can or should participate in only one instance of the entity. Relation between entities ticket and passenger connects passengers and tickets. One side of the relation with a label for is a many-to-many relation, which allows to relate more than one ticket to a passenger, and each ticket must be linked to any passenger. Another side of the relation with a label have is a 0 or 1 relation, which shows that each ticket can belong to only one passenger, and the passenger is not obliged to have at least one ticket. Attribute of an entity is a detail or feature that is used for verification, identification, classification, numerical characteristics, or expressing status of the entity. Attribute names are recorded in the rectangle representing an entity under entity name. For instance, an entity human being may have such attributes as gender, year of birth, first name, etc.